The Convention on the Rights of Disabled People is a United Nations convention which over 160 countries around the world are signed up to. By signing the UN CRPD, countries commit to promoting and protecting the full enjoyment of human rights by disabled people. The CRPD was written with the full involvement of disabled people in keeping with the key principle of the disability rights movement: nothing about us without us.
As a disabled person, I guess the CRPD to me means advocacy and empowerment for the disabled community to prioritise our own voices.
It was designed with the involvement of disabled people and is an international recognition of disabled people's rights, providing a framework to help prevent human rights abuses by states parties.
The UN CRPD includes lots of different rights, from rights to education, healthcare and employment, to rights to independent living and equal recognition before the law.
It's very much the general principles of supporting non-discrimination and equality and promoting accessibility.
Article 19, the right to independent living, is central to the Convention and what it stands for.
The barriers that disabled people face in access and employability, staying in employment and so forth, I was a strong advocate of that.
In 2023, the CRPD committee will examine how disabled people's rights in Scotland and the UK are being protected. Even though the CRPD was signed by the UK in 2009, disabled people in Scotland are still more likely to live in poverty, less likely to do well at school, less likely to have a job, and more likely to report poor health than non-disabled people.
Well, I think the first thing that really needs to happen is that there's a better understanding of what human rights are, and that they don't only apply to some people, that they apply to all people. And that needs to be at all levels, so from top of government down to individuals themselves who may not know what their rights are.
I think we need to treat employment opportunities as more than a box-ticking exercise and pay attention to maybe what's being left out of the data. It feels as though your standard employee rights are completely overlooked because you should be grateful for this chance. You're only meant to show gratitude and not challenge any pretty clear violations of your workplace rights.
Disabled people in the UK have consistently been the poorest in UK society for decades. And despite strategies, policies, legislation, we're still the poorest section of society, and that needs to change. Otherwise, many of the rights incorporated in the Convention simply cannot be realised.
The CRPD also needs to be fully put into Scottish law so that the human rights of disabled people are protected.
Incorporating into Scots law will strengthen the rights. It will put a legal obligation on people who provide services, on public bodies, to think about meeting the rights of disabled people.
If public bodies have to, by law, consider rights in the CRPD, there will be much more awareness, which hopefully will change the culture and will ultimately improve disabled people's experiences.
To find out more about the UN CRPD, please visit inclusionscotland.org.